What's up guys, Justin here with TheSketchUpEssentials.com. So in today's video, we're going to talk about a couple different ways to create recesses on curved surfaces inside of SketchUp. Let's go ahead and just jump into it. All right, so one of the things that I was thinking about is sometimes you might have like a sign or something like that that follows along a curve. So this might go on like the corner of a building or something like that. Now it might be square, but you might actually want this to have something that kind of follows along a curve and has like a border or something like that. All right, so I guess we'll start with how I made this whole thing smooth, because right now this is 3 separate faces. And by the way, we're going to be using the extension joint push pull from Fredo 6 in this tutorial. But notice how right now that's not going to work especially well, though I suppose we could do it, because these surfaces are currently acting as 3 individual surfaces. However, if you select these 2 edges by doing a shift click and go to your entity info and you soften those, now this surface is going to look like more of an uninterrupted surface. Now one other thing you might want to do, and I'm going to toggle my hidden geometry on, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select those edges, and I'm also going to check the box for smooth. What that's going to do is that's going to get rid of the different look between this face and this face, so it looks like a smooth uninterrupted face. So now we've got this full face in here acting as a singular object. And so there's a couple different ways that we could come in here and make some recesses. So the first is we need to split this face up into a couple different pieces, right? So what we could do is we could take the edges that run along this front side and we could make a copy of them. So we could use the move tool in copy mode and create a copy maybe like 6 inches down like this, and then do the same thing on the bottom, but 6 inches up like this. So now we've kind of split this face up a little bit, and then you could also come in here and move this line or create a copy of this line over by 6 inches. And what we're doing is we're just creating the face that we're then going to extrude in order to create our recess. So now we've got this singular face that's in here, and that worked because these faces are flat, by the way. So you can split them however you want. It only gets tricky over here where things are curved. But now we have this face that's in here, and what we want to do is we want to use the extension joint push pull, which is a paid extension from Fredo 6, which I'm going to link to in the notes down below. And what we want to do is we want to use the joint push pull function in order to push pull or thicken a surface, because remember that joint push pull allows us to push pull curved surfaces. And so one thing we want to do is we want to change our finishing. We don't want it to keep our original face because we want to move this back in. So what we can do is we can click on this option right here so that our finishing is the erase original face option. Well, now if I single click and move my mouse, notice what this is going to do is this is going to let me push pull this backwards like this. And so I don't remember what my thickness of this object is, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to push pull this back 2 inches. And so notice what that did is that gives us this full recess in here so that it looks like something where like letters might go or something like that. So then you could also use an extension to maybe like copy lights along a path or something like that. We could talk about how to do that in a future video. One other thing I wanted to talk about though is in addition to using joint push pull, if you have Fredo 6's bundle, which is like $40 for a perpetual license for most of his extensions, you also get access to tools on surface. And so it gives you a bunch of tools that you can use for like drawing on surfaces that aren't flat, other things like that, if you want to do that. Well, one of the tools that it contains is it contains a surface offset function. So like for now, right, we could offset this top surface because it's flat with SketchUp's tools, but you can't offset this front surface because it's curved. However, you could use the offset on surface function in order to offset this front surface really quickly. So notice what I could do is I could just offset this 6 inches and hit the enter key. Then I could use joint push pull in order to recess this back 2 inches a lot faster. So if you do have tools on surface, this is a really fast way to create a recess like this. All right, so just real quick, if you did want to do this with just this native SketchUp tools, you could. It gets a little bit tricky. It's not really too bad. What I would do is I would take this top surface and I would use the move tool in copy mode. And notice how what I did is I double clicked on it and I would move it down. So I'm just going to use the move tool in copy mode to move this down 6 inches. And then at the bottom, I would move this one or create a copy of this one 6 inches up. So move tool in copy mode, 6 inches up. And then what I would do is I would erase out the edges like this. So I want to get rid of all of this. And then you might just click on this and click on delete and erase out these extra edges, right? So now we've got these in here. What we could do in this situation is, first off, I'm going to extrude out these edges. So I'm just going to draw a 6-inch line, and I'm going to push pull this up like this. That gives us our frame. And then we could take these 3 edges and offset them halfway like this. And then what you could do is you could push pull this surface up. I'm going to tap the control key so that it gives me a face oriented the proper way, and push pull it up this way. So for a simple surface like this one, because this one isn't super complicated, right? You could do that just using the native tools, but it's a little clunkier, and once things get a little more complicated, it might not necessarily do what you want. But at least now you can follow along with the rest of the tutorial if you don't want to purchase those extensions. Okay, and so then let's say that we wanted to bend text along this surface, right? So let's say that we wanted this to actually be a sign or something like that. Well, there's a free extension called Flowify that you could use in order to do that. So Flowify gives you the ability to take objects and bend them along surfaces based on some corner points. And so what we would want to do with that one is we would want to start by drawing a target surface. So I guess the first thing we would do is we would double click on this and we would make it a group. But then I'm going to click in here. And what I want to do is I want to pick up all these edge pieces and see how long this overall thing is. And in this case, it's 31 foot, 10 inches. So what I'm going to do, and I'm going to go ahead and group the rest of this kind of separately just so things don't merge together. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw 2 lines coming off the end of this surface, right? And I'm actually going to hide this piece right here. We'll turn our hidden objects off so that we only have this corner right here. But what I'm going to do is then I'm going to draw a surface that's 31 foot, 10 inches. So it's basically the overall length of this surface. And then I'm going to double click on it and I'm going to put it in a group. So I'm going to have this group here. I'm going to have this group here. I'm going to have this group here. So these 3 right here. So then I'm going to take these objects and I'm going to put them in a group. Then I'm going to go up to Extensions, Flowify, Impose Grid. And if you've set this up right, what this is going to do is this is going to generate a grid on this surface. So you can tell that Flowify is reading this object and it's reading this object in our 2 lines. But then I'm going to add whatever my text is that I want to add on the surface. So maybe in this case, I might just have it say the SketchUp Essentials. And we'll go ahead and place this right here. We're going to go ahead and scale it down so that it fits on the surface. Now I want to make sure that I've placed that directly on this surface right here. But now I have my setup showing my target, and then I also have my object that I want to use Flowify on. And you want to make sure you hit save before you do this. But I'm going to select both of these, and I'm just going to go to Extension, Flowify, Flowify. What that's going to do is that's going to take that object and it's going to bend it along this surface. Now, one thing you might notice about this that's a little bit problematic is it's splitting this up into individual faces over here, right? But it hasn't done that over here. So what that means is that we have additional geometry in here, or we have a big open piece of geometry and then a bunch of smaller pieces. So the way that we can fix this is we're just going to come in here and we're just going to add some subdivisions. So subdivisions is just basically coming in here and dividing this surface. So all I want to do is I want to split this surface up a little bit. So I'm going to say, I'm just going to right click on this and I'm going to divide it. And I'm going to get these as close to this as I can get them. So I'm going to right click and divide this. I'm going to say 1 foot, 1 1/16. And I'm just going to split this up. We're going to take all of these and we're going to soften them and smooth them. Then we're going to do the same thing over here. So divide, draw an edge down. Okay, so now, even though this looks exactly the same, it has a lot more detail. Now, one thing I'm not sure about is if I reimpose the grid, if that's going to work. So I'm going to click on Impose Grid again, and I don't know. And so you may have to come in here and recreate this object once you've done the Impose Grid. So we'll just do a 31 foot, 10 inches. And then we'll just check by reimposing the grid real quick. There we go. So now if I select this object, go to extensions, flowify, we should get a much better division along the curve right here. See how that's a lot smoother? Well, then we can just come in here and we can hide all this extra flowify stuff, or actually we could probably get rid of it at this point. We probably don't need it anymore. So I'm just going to explode this group. I'm going to take all this stuff and just get it out of the way. And I'm going to do an edit, unhide all. So now I've got my text bent around the corner on my recessed light surface. And then we could come in here and we could right click and do a soften smooth edges. We can make sure to check the soften coplanar. But I'm just going to drag this up a little bit so that all those extra edges are hidden. And there we go. Now we have a sign with a recess and text bent around the corner. So that got away from me a little bit. That got a little more complicated than I meant for it to, but I still think it was a fun thing to try. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you thought, what kind of tutorials you'd like to see moving forward. I just love having that conversation with you guys. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks, guys.